Hi everybody. I'm going to do something pretty unprecedented for me. I'm going to try to make an extremely complex dish in under 15 minutes, which is the max time limit for a video on Connect. I'm going to try to show you how to make my low point Thanksgiving burger, which has a ground turkey savory patty. It has a single serving of stuffing. It has cranberry sauce on it. It has gravy on it, cheese, a seared onion slice, lettuce, and it's the bomb. But I'm just going to do this quick little jabbering, tell you what we're gonna need, and then I'm just gonna put the camera over my dirty stove and let's get to work because I have to make the kids dinner right after this. Because no, they won't eat this stuff. Bye. Okay, the first thing we're going to need is 2 slices of low point, 1 point per slice bread. I'm using Sara Lee Delightful 45 calorie healthy multigrain. I put it in the toaster so that it was well toasted, and then just let it sit out for a little bit till it dried. We're going to, because this is 2 points, I'm going to chop this into cubes, just like you're making regular stuffing. This is a single person serving of it. Now, I'm going to put this into a bowl, and I also have 2 tablespoons of finely diced celery, 2 tablespoons of finely diced carrots, and onion. It could be red onion, white onion, whatever you have in the fridge. And then let's go over to the stove. Okay, quick aside, on my Darth Vader plate, I toasted some buns, set them aside, and I have a thick slice of onion that I am searing on a pan. Flip and then sear the backside, and then I'll set it over there. And this is the same pan we're going to be cooking the burger in. Now I have a small pot that I am heating up right now for about 30 seconds, putting in butter flavored cooking spray. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we are adding the onion, carrots, celery, and here I have a mix of I know it's hard to hear, a 1/4 teaspoon each of dried marjoram, dried sage, garlic powder, onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper. I'm going to mix those in. And let this cook down for about 2 minutes, or 2 to 3 minutes, until soft. And you will see we won't even need to actually use butter to get, miss a couple pieces, to get a nice little bit of buttery flavor in there from the cooking spray. Nice. The onion is done, so I'm going to set that to the side. Keep the pan that it was heating in, we're going to keep that on. See, I wasn't kidding about needing to clean my stove for the videos, which I say every video. Now we are going to turn on the burner over here to start heating up that pan. Let's just do it soft now. Now we are going to add a 1/3 of a cup of chicken broth to this. Stir it all together. Turn off the heat. And then put the lid on. You know what, I'm going to add just a little bit more chicken broth. I want it to be mushy stuffing. This is one of the nice things about this. You want it mushier, add more broth. And then put the lid on. I'm actually going to put a little bit more heat back on that for about 30 seconds. And then I will turn the heat off and let it just sit, just the same as you're making stovetop. Okay, now we are going to make a quick 0-point gravy. We're going to be cheating. I have 1 teaspoon of cornstarch that I am stirring to dissolve in a little bit of water so there's no lumps and it's nice and liquidy. This has green stuff in it because I was stirring something else. To this pan, get ready to stir. I'm heating this up so the pan's nice and hot. I have a ½ cup of chicken broth. To that, going to add the cornstarch slurry. Stir up. Keep letting it simmer. And as soon as it starts simmering, it's immediately going to start thickening up. We're going to let this go for, let's see, probably about 2 minutes at this rolling boil. And it will be a nice gravy consistency for 0 points. We will come back to that. All right, now let's make our little 0-point cranberry sauce that's going to go on this burger. In my cookbook, I used cherries because cranberries were out of season, but now cranberries are back, so we're going to use some cranberries instead. Going to heat those up. I'm adding 1/4 cup of water. Going to add, a tiny little dash. Come on, there we go. Of cinnamon. Going to add where are you? A little splash of lemon juice. And then I'm going to add about a tablespoon of my 0-point sweetener of choice. You know, you can use monk fruit, you can use swerve, stevia, truvia, whatever you would like. So this is going to be a little tangy, a little sweet, a little sour, just like me. Stir this up. We're going to let this go until these cranberries start popping and bursting. The liquid reduces a little bit, and then we will add a ½ teaspoon of cornstarch dissolved in just a little bit of water to it, but we're not there yet. Now, let's check on the gravy that has been going in another burner. It is almost the right consistency, but still a little runny. So we're going to let that keep going. And we will come back to this. Alright, we've gone another minute with the gravy. It's pretty much done. It will thicken more as it cools. We're going to set this to the side. This is still going. The cranberries are starting to burst open. We'll get back to this. Alright, the cranberries are pretty much broken up. There's not a whole ton of liquid yet. I'm going to use a fork, and just so I can not have to process this with food processor, make it smooth and all that. I'm going to go for a chunkier consistency. Just going to use a mash. And fork this up. Going to use a fork and mash this up. Sometimes the English language escapes you when you haven't had coffee. And to this mixture, I'm going to pour in ½ teaspoon of cornstarch mixed with a little water. And now, stir, stir, stir. And it's immediately going to thicken up. Done. And just like that, that fast, we have 0-point cranberry sauce. So, okay, it is now time to move on to the burger. I have, because I'm on blue, I don't care about ounces. If you're on green, use a 2 to 3 ounce patty. I have sprayed mine with a little cooking spray. This is a thick one for me, so going to cook it for 3 minutes per side. If you're using a thin 2-ounce one, Do it for, if it's 99% fat-free ground turkey, they cook fast. Cook it over a good heat, 2 minutes per side. Okay, when you have about 1 minute left on your burger, take any type of 1-point cheese that you like. What I had in the fridge was Sargento Ultra Thin Sliced Colby Jack, which is 2 points for 1 slice, but 7/8 of a slice is 1 point. So I just sliced a little bit off the end and put it on. Now that's a 1-point slice of cheese. Going for the last minute, and then we will assemble our burger in 1 second. All right, first off, if anybody can guess what that is in the background, that is Peppa Pig, because my kids just cranked up the volume. So let's build this baby. We have our bottom bun that is toasted, and onto that we are going to layer some lettuce. I like the look of, I know I've said this before, green leaf lettuce. And for pictures, rather than just putting a big slice on, so that you can get like picture perfect burgers, I tear off the small little pieces because all you really see in pictures is the ends. And now we are going to add the seared sliced onion, which in the regular recipe is red onion. It's just for looks. Go ahead and use any kind of onion you want. And now we are going to place on top our cheeseburger patty. We'll do it like that one. So we have lettuce, onion, our burger patty with the melted cheese on top. Onto this, I am going to, now this is a messy burger, but delicious at the same time. This is our gravy. I'm going to put a tablespoon of the gravy on the burger, followed by some stuffing. I'm going to get a nice scoop of the stuffing, form it into a mound, and put the stuffing right on top of the burger. Praise Jesus. And then, to take this a little bit over the top, we're then going to get our cranberry sauce. We're going to put about a tablespoon of cranberry sauce right on the top. Now, for the bun, I bought a generic store-bought bun. This is my regular low-point bun hack. 4-point bun, weighed it in grams, and then scooped out bread from the top so that by weight in grams it would go down to a 3-point bun. Now let's put this bad boy on. And here is our, on blue and purple, 6-point. It is 3 points for the bun, 1 point for the cheese, and I'm using 2 slices of 1-point bread. So 3. This is a 6-point Thanksgiving bun with stuffing, gravy, cranberry sauce, turkey patty, seared onion, which you can't see, it's on the bottom, and lettuce, and a whole lot of satisfaction. See, low-point burgers don't have to be sucky little slider sized. You can have gourmet burgers on Weight Watchers for low points and low calories.